I made sure that I made it very clear because we started talking every day, checking on me. And even in the process, I was still like, okay, this is weird.
Yeah.
You know. So I made it a point, but I really enjoyed this company. I really we had such a good time together. And so because of that, I was like, you know what? I want to make it a point that, hey, we're friends.
Yeah.
We're taking this slow.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make you my baby daddy. I don't want to put none of that pressure on you. I was like, you are my good company, not these kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I made sure I separated that, you know, and I wanted him to know, I'm not trying to take advantage of you. I'm not trying to do any of that, you know, because once he got around that time when he wanted to introduce me to his people and stuff, I'm like, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
We stepping into
because I was also in that stage of where I didn't mind cussing nobody out. Don't come for me if I didn't check for you.
Yeah.
And I was very scared to be came for.
Okay. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Her Story Hour podcast. All right, so before we get started, of course, like you already know, if you haven't already, subscribe, share this with somebody because we have a special guest today. And today, I'm gonna go ahead and announce her because I just love her. Her name is Rachael. Hey Rachael. Some people call her Ray. And what else do they call you?
My dad calls me Pumpkin. Ray. Yeah.
So I'm so excited. We got some good stuff to talk about today. So let's go ahead and get started, girl. Let's get started. So who are you, Rachael?
Girl.
Tell the people. I know you humble, but just spill it out.
Okay, I'm gonna spill it out. You ready?
Let's go.
No, who am I? I am a master cosmetologist.
Okay.
I have been doing hair since I was 12 years old.
Wow.
But licensed for going on 8 years.
Okay.
I call myself a celebrity.
Because you are.
Hairstylist.
Because you are.
Because I have 2 celebrities under my belt.
Nice.
So now I just feel like I'm at the top.
You are. You are. You are. Okay.
Let's see. I'm a mom. 3 beautiful, rambunctious, super energized babies. Yes, I'm a wife to an amazing husband, my bestest friend.
Yes.
I'm a daughter. I have a brother, a mom, dad. I have a lot of godparents, godfathers, and let's see who else am I. I'm a cook. Throw down in the kitchen.
Okay. You didn't bring me a pot.
I just told you it feel like home.
You didn't bring me a pot. So next time.
Okay, I got you.
I need something. A taste of something. Okay?
I got you.
Okay. All right, so it just seems like you have been just loved throughout your whole life. You have been loved. Has there ever been a moment where you felt like you weren't getting the love that you've already had, like just growing up?
Oh yeah. Just really the whole transition of like my mom and dad, like them not being together.
Okay.
I was born when they were together. And I remember, I think it was around like 4 or 5 when my mom and dad split up.
Okay.
But I have a lot of memories.
Okay.
I mean, I remember growing up, you know, my mama would be like dating or whatever, you know, just, well, she wouldn't even be dating. Like if I seen her talking to a guy, I like, because that's my daddy's, you know.
Right.
So, but I think it was around that time, you know.
What did that do to you?
You know, it's kind of hard to explain that. I think over time it just kind of got numb. And then because I was so young and you growing up and then other things start to matter, you know, like school and friends and make sure your grades is good, you know, that kind of stuff. But really going through an abusive relationship.
Okay. How was that?
That was, so that happened. I felt like a little lamb.
Oh.
I was in high school. It was when we just moved to Brunswick, Georgia.
Okay.
And my mom worked at a church there. And when we moved there, it's like, I don't know what happened. It's like all hell broke loose. My mom and my stepdad that I've known that raised me from 5 all the way up till that was when I got in 9th grade.
Okay.
So my stepdad, we moved to Brunswick. Everything was cool for a second, but Brunswick got an air to it.
Okay. It's the name.
It's very witchy.
You can hear it in the name.
It's very weird. Yeah. It's like a little small area. It's just, it just wasn't weird air.
Yeah, it wasn't it.
And I ended up moving back twice. And it's just there, you know. But anyway, but it's like we moved there and all hell broke loose. My mom and dad, the dad that I knew, you know, they like raised me. My stepdad, they ended up getting a divorce, and I got a boyfriend. I even called myself trying to have a girlfriend too, girl.
Okay.
I was so scared.
Okay.
I was scared. She broke up with me.
Scared.
I was. Because everybody was doing it.
Okay.
You know, it was so weird. The town was weird. You just felt like sucked into whatever was going on in the town.
Trend.
Girl, I found myself having, it didn't last. I think we was a girlfriend for like a week.
Okay.
And she broke up with me because I didn't want to kiss her. I was scared. I was
like, what am I doing?
I was a virgin and everything. So I just didn't. I just was like, But it's just all things went down. After my mom and dad got a divorce, I got a boyfriend, and lose my virginity, and
to the abusive boyfriend. Okay. Did you lost your virginity to him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did. So it was like one of those really stuck.
Okay.
So it wasn't, he didn't like beat me up or anything, but it was very strong emotional abuse. Very, 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 very. It was a lot of cheating and a whole lot of manipulation.
And y'all were in high school?
We were in high school.
Wow.
We were in high school, and it led all the way up to, I was in 9th grade. It led all the way up. He ended up moving here to Nashville with us. And it just got bad. It just, I could really, look, podcast episode ain't gonna cut it. It's a long time from 16 all the way up till Mackenzie.
Wow.
And actually, even with Mackenzie, like, that was just, oops.
So he's the father of
Mackenzie.
Okay.
Of Rachael and Mackenzie. And I will say I am proud of him now.
Okay.
Him and his wonderful wife.
Okay.
Those are my people. His wife, my home girl.
Okay.
Okay. That girl there, I call her, like, anytime we talk on the phone or something, I'm like, baby mama. I love her. Shout out to Jessica. That is my girl. Good. She's great. I literally wouldn't want anyone else to do this whole second mom thing. Or just, I don't even want to say first mom, second mom, just this whole mom thing.
Yeah. So how did it get to that point to where y'all are now
there's
close?
A huge gap. So you see where I went from that whole emotional thing.
Yeah.
So when becoming pregnant with Mackenzie, again, it was oops. Okay. We were not together.
Okay.
It was one of those, you're here. Let's just go and get this out the way.
Yeah.
Your flesh won,
Yeah.
But there was we wasn't together or anything like that. And ended up becoming pregnant with her.
Okay.
And so because of that, things got a little weird because I didn't know, of course, didn't even care. I think he ended up, like, later on, him and Jessica started dating.
Okay.
And they were, so just, it became weird.
Yeah.
But I remember when I found that I got pregnant with Mackenzie. And I had a moment where I just it was so much shame. I felt so nasty again. There was so many times I just felt gross, because losing your virginity to a guy and then you're sexually active with him and then him continuously stepping out and coming to you. So I feel like a slut, even though I've only been with one, man at that time. So it's just disgusting. Yeah. I just felt But at that time, I just felt, I just beat yourself up. Like, how could you be so dumb? Right. You did it again. Yeah. You fell into this trap again. Yeah. Now here you are again. And I just feel like, aren't you tired of making bad choice after bad choice after bad choice after bad choice? And I was like, you know what? So I had a moment where I was like, you know what? I can't do this no more. I can't do this. I know I have a relationship with God. I said, I literally felt like I just I gathered all up and said, here, I can't take no more. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Yeah. I feel disgusting. Yeah. Please don't leave me. Yeah. Because now it's going to have to be me, you, this child, and my little boy who was at that time 3 or 4. Yeah. I did. So I was living with my mom and I had that moment and my mom was like, baby, I'm going to give you the house. Yeah. Oh. So she gave me the house, so far as to have that one-on-one intimate moment, And so what I seen my mom do growing up, light candles, and she would, make it really. So I grew up watching her do that. Yeah. And I was a smart kid, because I see my mom, with the divorce of my dad and stuff, I would hear her cry, and, but I watched how she handled her situations when things got tough. Yeah. As a kid, I remember that vividly. So I'm like, you know what, God, I need you. I need to talk to you. Yeah. So my mom and she knew exactly what to do. She said, you know what, I'm going to give you the house. So I lit my candles. It was a couch. It kind of looked like this. And I lit my candles and I sat there, I put my hand on my stomach and I just let it out. Let it out. I just let it out and I asked God, please forgive me. Please, please, please.
It's something about lighting candles because...
Right?
Because it's just free. Because the thing is... So I'm going to tell you a little story too. So when I was in college, I knew that I needed to get myself back right with God. Because, in college, you just find yourself, you're trying to find yourself, and you just find yourself in just mess. Yeah. Until you're just kind of fed up and you're just wanting something new, like you need to be refreshed and all of that. So I said, you know what? I just want to be intimate with God. And that was my way of really being intimate, was lighting those candles. Yeah. Just sitting in the middle of my room with my legs crossed. Yeah. And pouring out whatever. It's like a surrender. So yeah.
It feels
and
so
it just
good.
felt intimate and just really, I felt God's presence. So this is what I did. So when I moved back home to my mom's house, I tried to do the same thing. And I remember I was crying to God, like, Lord, I love you. Thank you. This is had my candles lit. Mama walked in the room and said, what is this going on in here? Is this witchcraft? What are you doing?
Oh my gosh, Mom.
Blow out these candles. No. Blow out these candles. You don't need to be doing this in this house.
Mama didn't.
I had lit a candle to worship God.
I'm so sorry. She didn't know.
I lit another candle. I said,
oh my God.
Is this witchcraft?
Mama. No.
This is my time with God. I called it like going on a date with God.
Yes.
That was my date.
Yes.
And she
literally.
she knocked me on a date. She said, blow out these candles. I don't know what you doing in this house.
Oh, no.
I said,
that's not what this
is not what if you only knew what it was and how it was helping me.
Exactly.
Girl, I ain't did that since. That was my little date, my date time with God.
That was how I was introduced to God. My mom lit candles in the room, and it was a time me and my brother was really upset because my daddy was supposed to. This is when we lived in Campbellsville, Kentucky. Okay, we was upset. My daddy was supposed to come get us, And we just was crying upset. And then my dad, I don't know what happened. Somebody was crying. I don't know. We was kids. We didn't care. We just knew that you didn't come get us.
Yeah.
And so my mom took that time. She was like, well, I'm going to introduce you guys to your heavenly Father.
I love that.
She lit candles in her room, girl. And that's where I received the gift of the Holy Ghost at 6 years old in my mom's room, living in the projects, Campbellsville. Shut up.
Yes.
Look at us.
Okay.
I did. Yes. I received the gift of the Holy Ghost and I heard him speak to me for the first time.
Wow.
In my mom's room. Living in government housing in Campbellsville, Kentucky. I would never forget it. And my mom had a candle on her dresser. And the Spirit of the Lord came and swept that room. Because all of a sudden, I remember she had us at the edge of her bed on our knees. And we was like this. And my mom was on the bed just like this. And hopefully I ain't messed up my mic. See, I'm probably rubbing.
I'm trying to, I have to look at, yeah. You fine.
But she was just like this. And she, you know, was praying with us. And she was like, you know the Pentecost way. Just keep saying Jesus.
Thank you.
Jesus.
Hallelujah.
Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. So we kept doing them, and and then my mom got to praying. Then all of a sudden, the room shifted. Ooh. This room shifted. And as a kid, that scared the living daylights out of me and my brother. Okay?
Yeah.
The flame to her candle got so tall.
Ooh, I'm getting chills.
The flame to her candle got so tall. And behind that flame, I kid you not, true story, that it looked a silhouette of a man's face. Yeah. And then now that I look back on it, I remember God telling me, I was in middle school, that the way he showed up to me was how I imagined him to be. But that's not how he really looked. Yeah. But so that I wouldn't be scared. Yeah. So now that I look back on it, I'm like, that's what God did. Yeah. He, because when we looked at it, I was like, he's here. But I got scared because the flame behind the silhouette, like the silhouette on the wall, the flame was so tall. Wow. And then mama was like, focus, baby, your daddy's here. Yeah. He's here. Yeah. So I put in, she was like, while he's here, tell him whatever it is on, while he's here, go ahead and get it out. Hurry, Yeah. So I did. And I was like, well, and then I heard the Lord tell me that I will pick up the pieces of your heart and I will put them back together again. As a kid, I didn't understand that. But growing up, girl,
you kept that.
Because he kept that promise.
Oh, and my goodness.
Did. He really did. Yeah. And so now that when I look back going through the, emotional abuse and all the bad decisions, just heartbroken. Yeah. He literally picked up the little pieces of my heart. And that's one of the signs to me that through the good and the bad, you go through the things that you go through for a reason.
For a reason, to build you, to mold you.
Yeah. And that too. Yeah. But it's not only for you. It's for other people. That's why, a testimony. So growing up, it took me a while to even just really come up with that aha, but putting the pieces together from a little girl all the way up to now, and that's exactly what God did. God put the pieces back together. And so back to the couch thing, I poured it all out to God. That our relationship started right there when I was 6. And then going back up and me remembering that and holding on to that experience. I was like, Lord, I'm sorry. Yeah. I am not that sweet little innocent girl that loved to pray to you. I was a fanatic about God as a child. Yes. Oh. Baby, I used to go to school like, God loves you. Oh,
I love that.
The girl, even my teacher sent the card home. Miss Lundberg. I know my mom remember this. Miss Lundberg at Donaldson Middle School. She was having a hard day. And she ended up crying in class, girl, and walked out the class. And I just felt the unction to write her a letter. I wrote her a little letter like, God loves you, Miss Lundberg, and I'm so sorry. And I'm praying for you. She sent the card to my mom. and was like, your daughter wrote me the sweet. She's just the most special.
Oh.
But I was on fire, you know.
Yeah.
So me remembering that Rachel,
Yeah.
and then coming up to now, like I already had a son out of wedlock, doing all of this, and then mess around and then end up getting pregnant again. And I'm not even with, you know, and then I just felt so, but I was tired of feeling so, you know, and I gave it over to God. I said, you know what, from here, and by the time that session between me and God was over, I said, you know what, it's going to be me. It's going to be God. It's going to be my little baby boy. And whatever this baby is right here, if it's a girl or boy, it's going to be us. I'm going to go to hair school. I'm going to get my license. I'm going to stay focused. I'm going to start my business. But I'm going to do all this with God. I don't need no man. I said, I want to be a nun. I want to be a nun. I want to be so much of a nun because I was sick of men. You know, I just was like, I get it. I'm just like, just got to a point where like, this is not where it's at. And I want better for myself. You know, I was living with my mom and, you know, had a little, I was like, I'm just tired of it.
Yeah. You knew that you could be better.
Yes.
You knew.
I knew. And I knew that I couldn't do it if I did not give it over to God. But the moment that I did that, I felt so encouraged, you know, and I didn't want to cuss him out no more. You know, and I just felt that day I refused to walk in anger or, you know, I just refused. You know, and so from that moment, that's when I met Isaac.
I got to know about this. So how did you meet him? Where did he come from, girl?
Okay, so the tea is for real. Okay. So we went to Whites Creek when we lived here. We all went to Whites Creek. I did not know him. He graduated a year before I did.
Okay.
So I was 2012. He was 2011.
Okay.
And his best friend / brother, they've known each other since kindergarten, so they just call each other brother. Cortland, my brother-in-law, I knew him in high school. That was my homeboy. Okay. So I remember me and my best friend Nancy. Shout out to Nancy, love her. That was my girl. That was my only friend. Girl, I felt so lonely. I had one friend.
Really?
Travis was popular.
Okay.
Real popular.
Yeah.
I was not. Everybody knew me, but I just wasn't.
They knew you through Travis.
Probably, yeah.
That's how it was for me. Everybody knew my brothers.
Yeah.
And then
I'm just here like,
I had to wear skirts every single day.
I remember.
I love you, Mom. I love you, Mom. But my goodness, I made it through.
You did.
I did. And people still loved me through that, you know.
Yeah.
But I remember I bought some sweatpants.
Yeah.
And I wore it. And this one girl tried to tell on me for wearing sweatpants.
How you gonna tell on me?
On me? What? She said, shouldn't you be wearing skirts?
How you gonna tell me what I should? I would have been like, girl, let me tell you something. You can manage your business. And it is that pays you.
Okay.
Because me wearing sweats is none of your business.
None of your business. I'm trying to step out.
I would have been triggered.
Triggered. I was triggered. I still remember that.
Girl.
But yeah, okay. So you met in high school? Okay.
But yes, girl. So, so me and my friend Nancy was walking down the highway, Cortland, and his two friends, and Isaac, one of them, was walking behind him. They were like real close friends. So they come walking down, and I hear Cortland, Rachael, Nancy, what's up? We're like, what's up, girl? What's up, Cortland? And so he was like, hey, this is my friends. Forget the other dude's name. Isaac, this is Nancy, Rachel. He was like, hey. That was that.
Okay.
That was literally it. So he remembers me vividly.
Okay.
Let him tell you, he remembered because we wore uniforms, of course.
Yeah.
He remembered the outfit that I wore. He remembered, he said, you had on a red Aeropostale shirt and you had on a clear belt that said, Bootylicious. I had a buckle. You remember the buckle? The buckle.
We love them buckles.
Buckles
said everything.
And as soon as he told me that, I was like,
uh-oh.
We remember that.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, the Bootylicious belt. Rest in peace to that bill.
Okay.
But honey, but he remembered that. So that was the only moment that we had there. So he's on my Facebook. I don't know from there if he added me on Facebook. Don't know.
Okay.
I remember years later down the line, I'm just scrolling casually on Facebook, and I see a post, not looking at who's it from, but I see a post, and it was so funny to me. I cracked up. The post was like, have you ever ate a Pringles chip and you cut the side of your mouth and that salt get in it and it burns? So he did a post like that, and I ha-ha'd it. And I commented, I was like, yes, that'd be the worst pain. Didn't even think like it was him. So this just describes this is Isaac.
Yeah.
This is Isaac. Like, he's like, man, you ever had the Pringles? Like, so I cracked up. I was like, oh my God, yes, that pain be the worst. Right. So he slid in my DMs.
Wow.
And he was like, let him tell it. I'm glad he ain't here. They're like, no.
Right.
You went on my
that's
Facebook
what they did.
and you like all my pictures. I just wanted to see who made the funny comment. I was like, that's what Facebook's for. You supposed to go look.
Right. Okay, Facebook.
Let him tell him, no, you with me. No, I did not.
Exactly.
I was in a weird position. I did not.
Right.
But he was very handsome.
Okay.
He was all in the gym and stuff, all chocolate and stuff. I was like, ooh, okay, he cute. But not thinking that I ain't trying to get with dude. Right. You know, I'm going through my own stuff. Yeah. I ain't got time to make shit. So he slid in my DMs and he was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me or not. But I told I was going to read that we still have them. We keep them on purpose.
Wow, I love that.
Because it's so cute. Yeah. But I mean, and it's like paragraphs.
Well, send them to me. I will. Compose,
Yes. Okay, Bill. I will. So since you're gonna put it up, I'm just gonna, belittle it. But he basically was asking me out on a date, and the way he typed it was so, charming. Just like I'm gonna say earlier, just you can tell like he know how to talk to her. Yeah. Ask you on a date
you was
properly.
Just smiling, huh?
I was like,
just smiling.
But after I got out of that, I was like, you know what? I really appreciate that, but I'm going through a lot right now. I have a little boy and I'm currently pregnant. I was like, but I really appreciate you asking me that. Have a nice day. Ending it. Yeah. Like, I just know he ain't going to probably, I just told this nigga I was pregnant. Yeah. All this on Facebook DMs, right? Yeah. He messaged back and was like, well, I could see how that could complicate things, but I would still like to take you out on a date though. I mean, now that I know you're pregnant, like maybe, you and the baby can eat. Wow. And we just have good, conversation, not look too deep into it, Yeah. Wow. I seen that text message. I ran upstairs to my mom. I said, Mama, this guy's trying to kill me. I watch too much TV. In my mind, I'm like, he's one of those killers. Oh. You know what I'm saying? Off a Lifetime, where you see one of those stories where he just be targeting pregnant women. Girl, he want to take me out there. Next thing you know, I'm going to be in dumb.
He said he want to take me and my son out.
Yeah.
This does not sound right.
I said, this ain't right. It's just because it was weird.
Yeah.
But my mama, I ran upstairs to my mama's room. I was like, Mama, look at this. And I showed it to her. She read it to me. And she put it down. She said, Rachel. She said, the Lord is telling me that you need to go on this date. She said, Rachel, go. You deserve a good time. He seems like a really nice guy. Ain't nothing bad gonna happen to you. Stop being dramatic. Told you, I am very dramatic. Very. She was like, you're gonna have a great time. You need this. You need a little bit of peace right now. Because it was a lot going on at that time. It was a lot. And so, she's like, go. And so I waited a couple of hours. So I messaged back. I'm like,
Yeah.
But I did.
Yeah.
And long story short, he came to Campbellsville, Kentucky.
Okay.
And Campbellsville, Kentucky is a really small little town. Yeah. It's very little, very country. I love that place, though. When I say it's perfect, I love Campbellsville. My mom still lives there, so I grew up there, But he came and he took me we went to Elizabethtown, which is like a town over where it has, the nice restaurants and stuff. Yeah. And we went to Longhorn.
Okay.
We went to
Longhorn. It's something about them date spots. I know. You know what I mean? Girl. Because me and Nick's first date spot, well, the first time we met was Chili's.
Oh my God.
But we didn't really know each other then.
Yeah.
Forgive my kids, y'all. They just woke up from their nap. They just woke up. But yeah, Chili's was our first date, but our first official was Olive Garden.
Oh my gosh. It's something about those.
But Olive Garden back then
was popping.
Yeah.
Like if you go to Olive Garden, you got money.
You got money. I said, ooh.
You took me to Olive Garden.
And then you said Longhorn. Ooh,
baby,
to Steakhouse.
And guess what he bought me? I had a steak and a lobster tail. Oh
yeah, that's fancy. That's bougie. I
had the time of my life.
Okay.
When I say this date was the
so how
best,
old were you?
I was, let's see, 20. Mackenzie's 7. I'm 31.
Okay.
Terrible at math. I want to say 24.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Something like that, girl.
25.
yeah.
I was like 24, 25. Yeah, it took me a long time. And when I say that, what my mom was right, that was the best date. And I felt like I known that man my entire life because the way we laughed.
Wow.
And the way he paid attention.
Yeah.
And I told him everything.
Wow. And see, that's
instant best friend.
Yeah.
Instant best friend.
Yeah.
I told him everything that was going on.
Yeah.
Grabbed my phone. I was like, and look what he had the nerve to text me. You said, look.
Oh, you just poured it. You venting at this point. You
venting. Okay. And I'm pregnant, so my hormones going.
Yeah.
And then he's just, but here's the thing about him.
Okay.
As I'm doing all this, he's looking at me with this whole like, I told you, he get it from his daddy. That charming. And then that jawline was very much jawing. And he was just very handsome.
Yeah.
And he just was looking at me, but he was so interested, but he just was
admiring you.
Yeah. And then laughing at me because, and to this day, if I'm telling the story, if I'm all worked up, mad, irritated, whatever the case may be, he's weak, like laughing at me, like you are a hoot.
The hoot. It's the hoot word.
I don't know. Like usually it's a hoot. You a trip, right? No, his is you are a hoot. Yeah, I'm a hoot.
Are we gonna start using that word again, y'all? Hoot.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do
like,
it.
Oh, you are a hoot. It's like very big. Like I feel like you're supposed to talk like this when you tell somebody you're a hoot. You know. I didn't even look at the camera the whole time. I'm so sorry, y'all. You're here too.
I know.
My bad. But yeah, the date was beautiful. We had such a wonderful time, and from then on, he was my best friend.
I love that.
We had I made sure that I made it very clear because we started talking every day, checking on me, and even in the process, it just got. I was still like, okay, this is weird.
Yeah,
So I made it a point, but I really enjoyed this company. I really we had such a good time together. And so because of that, I was like, you know what? I want to make it a point that, hey, we're friends.
Yeah.
We're taking this slow.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to make you my baby daddy. I don't want to put none of that pressure on you. I was like, you are my good company, not these kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I made sure I separated that, and I wanted him to know I'm not trying to take advantage of you. I'm not trying to do any of that, because once he got around that time when he wanted to introduce me to his people and stuff, I'm like, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
We stepping into
because I was also in that stage of where I didn't mind cussing nobody out. Don't come for me if I didn't check for you.
Yeah.
And I was very scared to be came for.
Okay.
So I wanted to make it clear, like, hey, this is, we enjoying each other and stuff, but this is not. I don't want you to think that I'm trying, and I don't want anybody else to think that I'm trying to make you the daddy because my kids need a daddy.
Right.
They absolutely do not.
Right.
Because now keep in mind, I was still in that headspace. It's me, God, and these kids.
Yeah.
I'm in school, getting my stuff together, building my business and stuff.
And God was with you the
whole time. This whole time. And now that I look back on it, like the moment that I gave myself, I truly believe that was God saying, all right, now you're ready.
Yeah. Wow.
Now you're ready.
All that you just went through.
Now you're ready. Wow. Because the truth is, 8 years of us being together and all the things that I have been through, if I wasn't completely healed from that, I would have put that on such an amazing man.
Wow.
And so I think it was important for me to have that moment with God. And so now when I talk to friends or other women or just have this kind of conversation, I always say, you give it over to God and work on yourself now so that when you want this good man and things like that, but are you ready for it? So you wanting and you being ready for it is two completely different things.
Yeah.
Are you ready for him?
Right.
Are you healed from the, because if you're not, you're going to get this good man and you're going to throw up on him.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to abuse him because you were abused, I just, so because of that, I just, and he's such a great guy.
I love that. You know what I love?
He's such a great guy.
I love, number one, when husbands admire their wife, but I love when wives admire their husbands.
Yeah.
Because you don't see that often. You see a lot of spouses talking about each other.
Oh, girl.
And I don't understand it.
You know what? That's why I said with this YouTube thing, we not finna be... I want to be a part of the movement where we are changing what's popular.
Yes.
Because the popular YouTubers now, it's drama. Drama. It's so much drama and there's no God in it.
Yeah, no God in it.
There's no God in it.
Yes.
So my thing is, let's make holiness popular again. And when I say holiness, I'm not talking about the hats and the skirts. Not the skirts. It's okay.
Okay.
Not make that popular. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it,
but not make it popular. But what I mean by holiness is everything that we do, we are doing it for the glory of God. Period.
Everything. Yes.
And so we need to start seeing that more.
Oh, yeah.
On YouTube. And if I can be a part of that movement.
Okay.
Period.
Because you remember we talked about this maybe a year or two.
It was a while ago.
We messaged this
message. The whole guy.
We decided to chew gum before we recorded. So I had
we supposed to hide it under our tongue.
So we DM'd each other.
Yeah.
And we were just like, oh my God, it would be so dope if we did like a YouTube channel or a podcast.
Yeah, for like mommies.
Yes.
Yeah.
And for us to even be just sitting here.
We weren't even like serious. I was just like, ooh,
it would be so dope if we did this. Yeah. And I'm thinking, podcast? Yeah. No.
I know.
I would not do well on no podcast. Heck no.
Same, because I'm over here got a story.
Okay.
Just playing. I'm not serious.
Should I put that phone down?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna see.
Yeah.
But just to even see us here.
Yeah.
Happily married. Loving motherhood. Just sitting together and just talking.
Yeah.
About life. And about God. About just helping other women. This is what we spoke.
Yes.
And now and we're on different paths, but all aligning.
I love it.
To God.
It makes my heart so happy.
Yes.
It really does.
And she has a YouTube channel. Did you bring that up at the beginning? What is your YouTube?
My YouTube handle is Ray of All Trades. Okay. Put together Ray of All Trades. A little play on Jack of All Trades. Ray. You got that. Your husband ain't here. Ray of All Trades, okay? Go on YouTube. All right, well, you're already here after this.
Yes.
Go on over to Ray of All Trades and subscribe and watch all the videos.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah. Follow her, subscribe, all of that.
Yeah.
So now her and Isaac are married. And you guys just had a beautiful baby boy.
We did.
Last year.
We did.
So how's that been? So now that y'all are together, y'all are married and having a child with your husband. How has that been?
That sounds really good.
It does.
Oh, it has been, y'all, it has been fun. It has been a lot of fun.
Not too much.
It has been,
Much.
Put more on touch.
Not too much.
It has been a ride. Okay, it has been really fun. Challenges, highs and lows. This being a stay-at-home mom is it was different. Being, in business and having over 85 clients and business is great. Business is doing great, doing good. And I had just moved into a new suite before, I got like sat down. So it was just, but so going from that to being a stay-at-home mom, it was a transition. God did it. God truly did it, because it was one of those, okay, now I need you to slow down because now you're doing too much and you can't hear me.
Yeah. Because you're doing too much.
Because you're doing too much, you can't hear me. There's a lot of noise going around. You got a lot of people around you. Yeah. You can't hear me. Yeah. So God was like, So that happening, I've got to see a lot of myself. And God taught me some of the biggest lessons by being home with my kids and me raising my children. The things that I would fuss at my children about, God would instantly be like, now do you see what I'm talking about? I'd be like, no, we do God like that.
Yeah. Girl, every day.
God, do I do you like that? And I just get so, so I feel like I've been in class since being home.
You think you teaching your kids, but your kids teaching you. Because mine has been the patience piece.
Man. I probably got a C in that class. Yeah.
Girl, I'm still in the class.
I am too. I can't get out the class before I get A.
I don't want to see my report card. I'm learning a lot about patience. And I thought I was a patient person.
Yeah.
I really did. Yeah. The Lord said,
baby, let me put this mirror a little closer to you.
Exactly.
Not patient.
I'm talking about waking up in the morning and I'm already stressed.
Girl. You just wake up and go.
Wait a minute. Did I pray this morning?
Yeah.
Did I have my time with God this morning?
Yeah.
Let me start over. Because something ain't right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just the patience piece of being a stay-at-home mom, that's a real thing, because you're doing this every day. Like and don't get me wrong, I love it.
No, because there's a lot of things I don't have to worry about that I used to have to worry about. Getting up, having to drop the kids off, go to the salon, but I really gotta go to the hair store first, go get some stuff, and I gotta do this, and I have to be off by 2 o'clock. Yeah. That traded for getting up in the morning, getting my kids ready for school, taking them to school, coming back, putting on Miss Rachael on YouTube for little Ethan, and then making a little breakfast, and then after that we both take a nap. I get to take a nap.
It's the nap.
Now, even though it's on his time.
Yeah.
I still get to take a nap. Yeah.
But so, that, you can't take that for granted, because even now, we were talking earlier today, like, why do I now want to be busy with other stuff? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, why do I now want to?
That's why we can rush.
Right. Let me take a leap, and I think I want to go back working again. Yeah. I think I want to do, I think I need to start my career. Like, yeah. It ain't about that right now. Yeah. Enjoy where you're at. Yes. Embrace where you're at.
And watch your babies grow.
Because they need their parent.
They do.
We are in a world now where these kids need their parents.
They do. Oh my gosh.
I mean, every step of the way, every moment. They need the love. Kids are not receiving the love nowadays.
And it's being substituted for social media.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's even more harder for kids now, because it's like, this is how you need to look, this is how you need to live, and this is what you need to do to get it. And then you need to do this.
Right.
No, it's all a lie.
Yeah.
It's just,
we get to teach them about God.
Yes.
Like this is the place where they're growing, they're maturing, they're advancing. Yeah. And I don't need to take that for granted. Yeah. Why am I rushing? They're gonna be in kindergarten soon. Yeah. Why am I rushing that?
And they'll never be kids again.
They will never look like what they look like now.
Ever.
And that's the sad part.
I have a little taste of that with my 12-year-old. He's so big. He's so tall.
Oh, he's taller than you now.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
He is 5. I think when we went to the doctor, he's 5'5".
Wow.
I'm definitely 5'2".
Yeah. Yeah. It's okay.
You're 12.
Yeah.
Triggered a little bit.
It's okay.
He be coming down, Mama. And I'm like,
okay. What?
Yeah, but I get a little taste of that because I'm like, oh, like when I look at Ethan and I'm like, this was you.
This was you. Yeah.
And it's even insane because Ethan does look a lot like my, because they have the mommy's dimples.
Oh, yeah.
I have one dimple, but my boys have two dimples.
Wow.
He does and Ethan.
Wow.
So looking at him and I'm like, this was you.
Yeah.
And then seeing, but no, that's so true.
Yeah.
You just don't.
Yeah.
You just don't get that time back. And so I do thank God for that.
Yeah.
I do thank God for that we're able to do that, and God has blessed us with amazing hardworking men. Godly men.
Who's really taking care of us and
taking
our children.
care of home.
And even with you.
Mm-hmm.
He's taking care of you.
Mm-hmm.
And the children.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say children, even the children that you felt like you were going to be by yourself raising. But the way God kept his promise.
Girl.
And he's still keeping his promise. He gave you a man that is willing.
Yeah.
Willing. You didn't force him.
No. And he's so good at it. He doesn't have any kids of his own. He has it really, and I remember, when we was going through, like the whole friend thing, and he's like, I've never wanted kids. Like, I never, but I'm like, you say this, but your actions speak a whole different kind of ball game because he was so good with my son.
Wow.
My son loved him.
Oh.
He nicknamed him Black because he was so chocolate. And he didn't, I don't know.
So the son nicknamed
Isaac Black because so RJ was 4 and he's 12 now. Yeah. So when he started, so he nicknamed him Black. And then one day it just became Dad.
Wow.
Do you
remember when?
It was, I was in hair school. I lived in Lexington. He came to Lexington to visit me. Mm-hmm. And it was after, of course, Kenzie was born. She was 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it was like, hey, Dad. I said, we went.
Oh.
But it really hit home when Kenzie started talking. Mm-hmm. We went to Florida for her first birthday.
Okay.
Well, not 4, but we went, and then it just happened to be her birthday. And came back. He dropped me and the kids off to back to Kentucky, and he still lived here. And so Black became a thing. Like, all right, give Black a hug, tell him bye. You'll see him later, And Kenzie grabbed his face and went, "I love you, Dada." Oh. This tear, he started crying. These tears came down. Oh. And I said, I've never seen Isaac cry before.
Yeah.
I said, Isaac, you crying? He said, no. I said, oh,
you are crying.
You're crying. And she just gave him a hug.
I love that.
I think, but to this day, Tori, I cannot express to you. I don't know. I know it's God.
Yeah.
But I can't.
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah. So, when you think about women who might be going through the same thing, who had a child out of wedlock, who, is kind of trying to figure stuff out for themselves, what is something that you would tell them?
The number one thing, this is so important to me. It's so important to me. Is be okay. Be at peace with it being just you and those babies. Putting your full trust in God. Now listen, that's easier said than done. Okay, that's easier said than done, but it's doable. And by doing that first, you have to give it all over to God. I mean, all of it. That means being real honest with yourself and then regurgitating that back to God and saying, God, you handle it. You fix it. I don't want nobody else but you. To say that and to pair it with your belief is a powerful thing. It's so powerful. So you got to pair that, because you can say one thing and then you on the fence over here like that. No, I mean, imagine you carrying, if someone said scoop up as much stuff as you can with your two arms, as much as you can. Pick it up and try your best to throw it as far as you can. That's what it needs to feel like when you are gathering all your cares, your worries, your concerns, your fears, picking all of that up and giving it to God. I promise you, He will not let you down when you fully give it to Him.